Good morning. Hope you're having a good week. My name is Bernard Kamenker. I'm one of the members of Bruce's team. Unfortunately, I will not be able to be with you in Toulouse, so I'm showing up in this remote fashion to talk to you a little bit about what's going to happen today, right now, and a bit later in the day. My background is having worked for so many years at American Express in the United States, where I'm from, and then working in France for many years as a facilitator and trainer, working out of business schools such as ISEC or IDEC or INSEAD, as well as working with companies like yours and others in many parts of the world. So anyway, I'm glad to be here with you virtually so we can get some information in. Our main topic as we move forward is going to be talking about value. Value being a key element if we want to sell anything, clearly to customers, but we are going to look at value as a process, not just a thing or a calculation. And as you can see described on the slide here, it starts with market research. In other words, understanding exactly what your situation is. Who are your customers? Who are your competitors? How are your products perceived or your services judged? Analyzing all of this allows you to get to a value proposition, which is a clear statement of what are you doing for whom, which will make them sit up and say, yes, this is exactly what I need and none other will do. Not easy to get there, clearly. And once we have that clear understanding, then we can start selling, seeing customers, pushing our products and services to try to get it as largely into the market as we can. What we're talking about in this process is 3 steps in terms of customer value. First of all is understanding the customer value. What is it that they value? What will they pay money for? Creating customer value, which is our job of making sure that what they value, what we have understood that they value, is what we're going to create for them. And finally, delivering the customer value in a timely, convenient way so that they can be validating our moves. So, talking a lot about value, but the basic question might remain, what is value? How do we see value? How do we define it? Now, value is a formula. It's a formula which represents the arbitrage, as it says here, between benefits and price. The customer is going to see a certain item and judge what kind of benefits this is providing, and then compare it to the price that he or she is expected to pay, and come to the conclusion as to whether this comes out to be positive or negative. If it's positive, well, maybe then there is some value for the customer. Of course, when we provide value to the customer in a positive way, we have to remember that the competition is doing the same thing and perhaps wants to be even more positive than us. A lot of things enter the formula here, especially the fact that the benefits that we provide, that the customers are looking for, can be physical ones, such as the features, functions, colors, size, etc., or they can be quite intangible. It could be reputation, it could be peace of mind, or anything like that. Now, if we look at a number of examples of how this works, let's start with very simple, basic consumer-type examples and work our way into something more business to business. You can say from a consumer point of view, you pay money for a shampoo and it washes your hair and you're satisfied with the way your hair is washed. Now, if somebody else comes along with a shampoo that provides better washing or seems to provide better washing for the same price, well, that would be a higher value and you may want to switch. If, of course, you're inclined to think about your shampoo at all, which may or may not be the case. So in consumer goods, you can see how this works all the time with any kind of things that you buy. You make the judgment. Is this benefit that I'm getting worth the price that I'm paying? Therefore, is there value in this for me? When you talk about business to business, particularly in your kind of fields, it becomes a lot muddier and a lot more difficult to understand what is the value. When you think, for example, an aircraft manufacturer has ordered some engines or is thinking about ordering engines, well, you have clearly a long list of specifications that the engines have to meet. And then somebody will come along and propose to you, well, here's an engine that meets all the specifications. Now, you're getting the benefits that you're looking for. Then the question is, well, is the price worth it, or is it not worth it to make a positive deal? So if they come to you and they say, here's an engine that has fully all these specifications you're looking for, but we're going to throw in something extra. We have a little bit of a feature where some parts of the engine have remote sensors which can indicate to you at a distance, or halfway around the world, that there's something that's going to be needing replacing at some point soon within 1 or 2 cycles of the aircraft. Well, this might be outside of your specification, so you say to yourself, well, it's not a benefit I'm looking for. On the other hand, somebody else in your company, maybe somebody in your global maintenance operations or something like that, might think, well, maybe this could be an interesting benefit, but we have to take a look at it. Therefore, who you're talking to, who is your customer within a business-to-business situation, is quite important. Okay, so we'll leave this we'll leave this at this stage now. You'll get a lot more examples and illustrations coming up now from James and Bruce, and I'll catch you a little bit later in the day when we talk more specifically about finance and return on investment. See you later.